fighting with the bolt here. As you see, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything on the end there. I don't know why that was stuck in the arm, but we had the one shock that was stuck in the arm. I couldn't get the bolt off. I had the right one came off really easy, if you can see that hopefully. And this one here was really hard. This is left-handed threads. Okay, and I knew that that was left-handed threads. The problem is, even though I know it's left-handed threads, it wouldn't come off. It was like something was holding it here on the end. Normally when that happens, you have like a bunch of super glue where somebody tried to repair something or whatever. I didn't find any of that. Now what I did find out was that the arm inside there at the end was stripped. So basically I had to wedge a screwdriver behind the head right here and push outward as I screwed it out. And after a lot of force and a lot of patience, it finally started to move. And I just kept working it slowly here and there, and moved the shock a little bit, all that jazz. So that was different for me. I've worked on fifth skills for a long time now, and I've never ran into that problem. Normally when you tighten in a shock bolt like this, you don't crank it down like that. I don't know if that's what happened, or maybe it just finally gave way. I don't know, but regardless, it's out now. And what we're going to be doing, let me show you what my fix will be for that. I do have new arms coming, but in the meantime, I'm kind of cheap, so I'm going to try this fix here. It's a JBL plastic bonder, and I use that all the time, and it works with great success. So I'm going to attempt to do it. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to refill these shocks. Going to put 50 weight in it, and I am also going to install these heavy-duty MIP springs. They are, I think, 10 and a half. Let me look at the package here again. So the package says that they are 10-pound gray, 32 millimeter bore. Hopefully you can see that. So that's what I'm putting on here now. I'm going to keep the blue, but I mean, as you can tell, these are definitely thicker than the blue anyway, just by looking at them. The circumference around on the metal. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but I didn't like how much it squatted in the back, so that's what I'm trying to eliminate. Now, here is another really tough thing with the Losi. The Losi is a tough beast, guys, I gotta tell you, the 5T. So you need a 1-inch wrench to even attempt this, at least on this one here. I don't know if the guy I got it from just had it cranked down or whatever. I don't know, but I mean, this thing is on there, so I'm basically, hopefully gently getting the cap off. My God, it should not be on there that tight. I've never seen one that tight. That's crazy. So I mean, I guess that's good, but I've just never seen one that tight. Okay, so there's the cap. And I mean, as you can see, the fluid's still fine in there, but I'm going to put thicker fluid in just because it's something I feel like I need to do. It does have some breakdown, you can tell by the discoloration there. And instead of doing a normal complete clean out on that, those actually doesn't look too bad on the inside. I know you probably can't see that, but I'm going to fill them back up without doing the whole draining process. Normally I would drain them like overnight and stuff, but I don't really see where I have to do that on these, to be honest. Try to keep everything in frame here, guys. Everything's big, and I have a mount up above you here, so just get right to it here so I can show you how I do things. And again, other people do things differently. You know, this is my way, so you can either use it as a guide, or you know, maybe it'll help somebody in some crazy way. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm doing it completely wrong. I don't know. This is the way that I do it. So I'm just filling this up, mostly. I'll leave it a little ways down at the top, like so. It's down just a tiny bit. Do the same over here. Okay. Now, I put the lid back on because it has the little dropper kind of thing, which is what I'll probably use. And then what I'll do, I'll take and I'll work the shock in. Try to get air bubbles out. Which I'm not seeing any come out, so that's good. Okay, I think that one's good. Let's go ahead and do this one. And I'm sitting it in the tire here because my shock stand is really only made for like A scale, and it doesn't really fit inside here. I guess I need to make something or buy something for 5th scale. So I don't do a lot of these, so I really just kind of do them the way that I'm doing right here. Alright, so I'm taking it easy here. And again, I don't see any bubbles coming out. I don't see any air, which is a good sign. Again, when you're not taking every single drop of what you had in it before out, it should be much like what you're dealing with here. You shouldn't have to worry too much about that, but you know, the minute I say that, something will happen to somebody. So you know, do things at your own risk. I don't want to be responsible for nothing. I don't want somebody thinking I'm trying to give them bad information. This is just the way I do things, guys. I had a guy on a video one time comment and got really pissy with me about certain things, and I'm like, hey guy, you know, it's just the way that I do things. You know, this is the way I've learned to do it. You know, I watch a lot of other shows, and I kind of mimic or adopt some things that they do. So you know, I'm not the only one that does things, you know, close to this way. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to add just a little more here in each one. Right about there at the top. That one's actually pretty close now. And that should be pretty much right on. I don't want to overfill them, but obviously you got to get them full. And you just take and put everything back on. And when I tighten these down, I'm not going to crank them like the guy or whoever did before. I mean, maybe there's a reason for that, maybe not. I don't know, but I don't feel like it needs to have that kind of force on it. I really don't. This one here looks like it's in backwards, the little seal. So let me dig this one out, kind of see why that's in backwards. Hopefully we don't have another problem that I just don't see. No. Okay, it's just a different kind of seal. Okay, let me show you this, I guess. So this kind of seal here doesn't have the bump. It's not an original. See how it's real flat on the one side, and it tells you like R and L. It's supposed to, like, you know, be for right and left, but really they're the same thing. So basically you want the hump part going down into the shock. That's how it creates a seal. So that is correct on there. So let's go ahead and put this one on. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put everything together, and I'm going to give it a just a little snug. That's all I'm doing. That's it right there. That's all I ever do for my shocks. So I haven't had any leakages or anything, so I feel like that's pretty good. Alright, so that's it for that. Now, next, we just install these, which they look like they might be a little bit... Okay, no, they're good. So, these are going to be a little tough because they're new, obviously. So, it's going to take me a minute to kind of fight them. Get it turned the right way. There we go. See how that locks in place? Make sure you do that. And yeah, that's a much stiffer suspension, guys. I like that. Alright, so that's one done. Let's see if we can get this other one slapped on here real quick. There we go. Alright. There we go. So these springs are a little big on the end, so I should probably put something on there. Eventually I probably will, but I think for now it might be okay. I wonder if I should get the MIP shock rebuild kit. I think they make one, so it might be something I need to look into. So that is it for the shocks that I'm going to do on the Losi. Basically, I'm going to reinstall them, and like I said, I'm going to put some of this JB weld in the arm, just a little drop. Basically, it's a two-part epoxy kind of stuff, where you take it apart, you just kind of like take this lid off, pour a little bit out, mix it together, and then you apply it wherever you need it. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and mix it, and then I'll put just a little bit in the hole there. I won't fill it up. I won't even go halfway on it. It doesn't need that much. I'm just trying to fill in the threads where they got damaged, and then I'll run the screw in so it's in place, and around the screw it should harden and kind of become part of the plastic again. Now, obviously it won't be as strong as what it comes brand new, but that should take care of the problem that I had before. Alright, I don't know if you can see inside there. Maybe you can. I put a little bit, I guess you can see a little bit right there. See if I can get something to point it out for you. So, get it to zoom in here. Oh man, that's a little more difficult than what I thought. Alright, so right here in that hole, I stuffed some JB Weld plastic bonder, and we'll see if this will work. This is just going to be a spare arm anyway. I got some new ones coming, so we'll just see how this goes. So put the shocks on now, and we'll see how they fit. I'm debating on whether to get some MIP spring retainers, because these I don't think they're going to come off of there, but I'd really like a better fit, so I'm going to look into that. Okay, so I finally got them on, and like I said, I put some JB Weld plastic weld and the other side of this arm here, just in the threads there to try to kind of fill it in. I do like the look of the white on there as well. The black in the front is still staying for now. These back ones here are supposed to be, I think, 10.5 pounds or whatever. It's on that label that I showed a little bit ago. So we're going to try these out. They're much stiffer. I've also got a little bit thicker shock oil, so this should help a lot with what I'm experiencing as far as the acid dropping down a lot. And we'll just kind of tune it from there. If I don't like that, we'll move on to something else. So it's kind of trial and error. But I'm almost done with the minor upgrades I want to do. Eventually, this will be getting replaced, but for right now, we're gonna run this. It's a 29cc, and it's got a great carburetor on it. It's got a decent air filter system on it. I do like whatever the gearing is set on here. I don't know if there's other options for that or not. I haven't even dug into any of that stuff yet. So far, it seems to be a decent run, so we're gonna run with this for now. And now that everything's all patched up and stuff, it's time to get the thing out there and get a little bit of running video on the thing, see how it does. Again, guys, I can't say it enough. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. I really want to grow the channel more, so don't forget to like and subscribe, share the channel, and let's see where we can go with this. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm trying to pack in more as time allows, because I know in the summertime that's when I have less time. But I know that I'll still be able to do quite a few videos, so that's just kind of what I'm doing for right now. I figure I have more time to go over things, help people out, that kind of stuff. I'm doing a lot of stuff with my 3D print stuff off camera, making some custom deals and things like that, so I've got a lot of stuff moving right now. So I want to make sure I stay ahead of the game, because if and when that stuff hits all one time, I'm going to be very, very busy. But regardless, I got a lot of stuff coming. I got a lot of stuff ready to go. Shredder looks like it's all ready to rock and roll. Still have a few issues with the steering stuff that I'm not happy with, but we're working through it. But this video is about the Losi 5T, and we're going to be getting this out here really soon. As soon as the weather gives me a few moments to get out and kind of check it out. We're going to give a few street runs. We'll do some mild off-roading for a little bit, kind of see how everything's moving, and go from there. So once again, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you, and keep watching. Got a lot more coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.